I want to say to the guys who have children, and I hear it over and over and over and over again. But yesterday, I almost want to say I heard the most saddest story. Though I didn't feel sad, it was just amazing story that it's just amazing. So listen up over there on X and over there on Instagram and over there on rumble.com/Destiny Peterson and Cozy. We're Crisis King. Cozy.tv, right? And all around the world. Men, do what you want. I highly, but do what you want. It's on you. It's your life. I recommend that you stop going to court, hiring lawyers, wasting your money trying to get custody for your children. I highly recommend that you not cut the baby in half and let the woman have it. Just let her have them. Just let her have them. Because there are so many reasons, but I'll name a few. Number one, the court is not on your side. It will never be on your side. The men and women of the courts are always on the side of evil. They're on the side of the woman. And she knows how to fake it, to cry. She knows the right words to do to set you up, to make up things about you and say in the court about you that's not even true. But because she says them, the court would just take her word for it. The lawyers and the courts, the judges, male and female. And the women know that. Whether they're black or white or Asian or Chinese or Japanese or whatever, Mexican, the courts are on the side of the woman because the courts are evil. No longer fair courts. And so for that reason, number one, let her have them. And number two, you need to realize immediately, without even a stumble, you need to realize immediately that any woman that would go to court to fight to keep you, the father, away from his children, knowing that, because she does know, it's not only hurting the father emotionally, it's hurting the children spiritually. Because all children, male and female children, yearn for the father. They love the father. They want their fathers. And any woman that's willing to go to court and destroy that to try to get back at you is an evil woman. Why would you go and fight evil and knowing that you're not going to win it? And it's just going to get worse for you. It's just going to get worse for you. I've heard of horrible stories that men have gone through and what the women have said about them in courts and are not true, but she says it anyway because her heart is wicked and she has no love for the children of the father, or anyway, it's all about her ego self, and she'll destroy your children. And they'll make up stuff, they'll just say things that are not true, and you can't prove them. How can you prove a lie? That's why you should never try to prove a lie. A lie cannot be proven. Don't argue with the devil. So anytime the first little sign that she want to keep your children away from you, let her have them. And you start working on you and let God's will be done. Number three, you should not want for nothing. Want for nothing. Money, places, or things, or people, or nothing. Want for nothing. Because the problem is let me see what number I made. 1, 2, 3. I may be at number 4, I think. Number 4, the reason you're suffering, men. Oh, by the way, let me go back to number 3 with the court thing. Your lawyer taking your money too. That's why I call lawyer. The lawyer in business to make money. And the lawyer know you're not going to get your kids. But the lawyer need the money. And they got a job called lawyer. So, and then when you go to court, you got to pay for your lawyer, the woman's lawyer, and the child. They have a court representative. You got to pay for that. A counselor for the child. And then they make you give the woman child support, spousal support. You end up broke all around. I don't care how much money you got. You lose. So stay out the court. And number 3, the reason, listen to this. The reason you're so desperate for the children, because you're wanting for something. You're wanting the children because it makes you feel like a good father. It makes you feel like a good dad. It makes you feel like when people looking at you with your kid, you fought for your kids in court. You're a good father. It's all emotional. It's all ego, and it's all lies. It's not love. And the wanting for it is ego. If you didn't want for it, you'd be able to drop it. You'd be able to not cut the baby in half and give it over. But you want it because your emotions are destroyed. And then you have the emotional people around you. The emotional people around you telling you how, oh, you're such a good father. You fought for your child. Or if you don't fight for it, they say, you're not a good father. You didn't go fight for your child or your children. They're lying to you. And because you're emotional, you fall for it. You either feel like a bad father or a good father. But it's all ego, and neither one is true. Neither one is true. So get rid of the ego. Get rid of the identity of being a good father. You're going to end up in court and be destroyed. Because the more you try to get the child, the more money you got to spend to your lawyer and her lawyer and the courts. But if you want it for nothing, you'll be able to let the child go, or children, and you will have nothing to lose. Nothing gained, nothing lost. But you're wanting, and you become emotional about it. Stop that. Your emotion is a sign that something is wrong, not something is right. Not that you love your children because you're emotional and you're crying because this woman is taking you to court to take your child. It doesn't make you a bad father or a good father either way. And then when your kids become teenagers and things like that, they know how to manipulate you to get money from you and all kind of stuff. You don't love me. You're not there. And the mother knows what to tell the children in order to manipulate you when they are around you to get your money and to get whatever they want from you. Tell him he's no good. Ask him why he only sent you $100 for your birthday. And the kids will do it. And the kids become just like the mother because they came on the mother's spirit. And you can't save the children. Men, drop it. Let it go. Want for nothing. They're not your children anyway. They belong to God. And if you were to realize that and start working on you rather than going against yourself by becoming more desperate, you work on you, you never know. The children may end up coming back to you. And if they don't, it's fine. If they do, fine. But if you want them back because you want it for something, you'll get them back and they'll destroy you. They'll rip you off. They won't obey you. You'll have a mess on your head. You'll be like, what in the world did I want these bad children back? So men, cut it out. Lay your weapons down. Lay your weapon down. Don't fight. And the mother of the children get worse anyway when you fight and when you give and try to please her, try to satisfy her. Don't fight. Lay your weapon down. And number 5, and that's it. When you lay your weapon down, you're totally giving up spiritually. And when you give up spiritually, trying to save yourself or anyone or want it for something, the world is yours. You should have it all. And yet it would mean nothing to you. You will not get a sense of pride or a sense of feelings from it or ego feeling or anything. You will have perfect love. And you will have more than your children and everything else. It'll be amazing. But you got to completely let go. The stories I've heard recently by counseling of what these women are doing to the children and the father, and especially the father, is just pure evil. Why do you fight with evil inside yourself and inside of others? Why? And don't be looking at the kids' yearbooks, and don't be sending them birthday cards or anything. Walk away and be done. Because while you're sitting there looking at the yearbook, or maybe he or she, your daughter or son, may be on the soccer team now, or the basketball, or whatever, and you're going to sit there and cry by looking at the book. Why do you want to bring yourself ego pain? Crying about it is all ego. It's not a sign of love at all. And it's not about the children, it's about you. So drop it. Evil can be defeated inside of you. I'm pointing at my forehead. And inside of others. If you lay your weapons down, if you stop fighting. The world tells you to fight, fight, fight. I'm telling you to lay your weapon down. The right way is to lay your weapon down. And I'm not talking about you got to self-defense yourself, defend yourself in physical. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking spiritual. You have the greatest power on earth inside of you that will fight your battle for you, but you won't let it happen. You won't let it happen. You don't trust that. You trust your thoughts. You're afraid of not trusting your thought. And to the person I counseled with yesterday, do what you want. But I highly recommend you lay your weapon down. Hopefully you did it yesterday, but lay them down. You will be destroyed. And drop your tears and live your life. Stay present. Don't think about the past or future. Don't do anything thinking one day I'll have my children back. That's the wrong motivation. You want to be right because it's right to be right. Not because of what you can get from it, or you might get from it, or you want to do it for someone else. That's not going to help you. So men, lay it down. Stop it. Do what you want, of course. But that's not love. You're not fighting for love. You're fighting for ego. You really are as bad as the woman, except that she's pure evil by trying to take your children and make the kids suffer too. But Your fight back is all ego. It's about you. It's not about the children from the father either, because it's about making him look like a good father, make him feel good to have his children to be a father, make him feel good because he fought. It's all ego. It's not love. Love is about letting go of. It's never about what you're getting. Never about what you can get. It's always about what you can do without. What and whom you can let go of. Give that a good try. Lay your weapon down, men. Keep your money and go build yourself a house. Don't go look for another woman or anything. Don't want for anything. Just look for the kingdom of God in his right way and all be added. You've been taught wrong. And don't let those weak beta men and women tell you, oh, you're not fighting. You're a bad father. You're not fighting. Don't tell them. Because they're blind too. Or if you are fighting, don't let them pat you on the back what a good person you are. That's all ego. It's going to motivate you and drive you in the ground. And when you're in the ground, they're gone. Anyway, do what you want, but you've been told. You've been warned.